You mentioned Raywin a lot and how important she's been to your success. How important has she been? And how does having someone like Raywin, a friend or a partner or a family member, help during those really challenging times?
Oh, I think if you've got a solid foundation, and she's the solid foundation, if you like. She's the backbone. We have been married for 50 years in a month's time. Um, and and she knows how you tick. And so you can come home to a very comfortable environment that you feel good in. So if you've got a home environment that's positive and enjoyable to be part of, I think that really helps when you have major problems or major challenges. And she's a physical education teacher like me. We've taken over the world, physical education teachers, and so we've got a lot in common. We're both into sport, and she coaches. She coached Auckland netball and coached Welsh netball, and she's been a New Zealand netball selector, and she's got other interests in sport. So having similar interests has been great, and we've got 3 kids and 5 grandkids, and the family is very important. And now, I guess the hardest time for us in isolation was the Easter weekend, where usually the whole family comes to Waiheke for the Easter weekend, and we enjoy each other's company. So that was difficult, but there's been a lot more Zoom calls, and phone calls every day. And perhaps one of the real pluses of isolation is, I think, families have got closer. Families in isolation, I think parents have spent more time with their kids. I've just been out walking Waiheke this morning, not the whole of Waiheke, but walking, and it was amazing to me the number of families who were out there exercising, on bikes or walking or whatever, and you don't see that in normal times. So I think it's been one of the few positives, I guess, of isolation. It's just brought people closer together. I feel proud to be a New Zealander. I think we've achieved, led by the Prime Minister, but we've achieved great things with this virus so far. So fingers crossed, we'll keep on making progress, and not too far in the distance, we'll get back to a new norm, which we'll all be happy with.
Yeah,
it'll be different, obviously.
Yeah, it'll be different, but we'll get through it.
Exactly.
You mentioned that you thought you had some symptoms of depression when you were going through those challenging times. If someone's watching this video and they're really struggling with stress or anxiety or depression, what message do you have for them?
Well, I think those things could be quite different for different people. And, and I don't want to sound like I know all about these things, because I'm not. But I certainly went through a difficult time, and I learned from that difficult time. So when I went through the 2007 Rugby World Cup failure, I handled it a lot better than because I'd been through a similar situation prior. And for me, as I said before, it was the more I exercised, the better I felt. And so part of my regime ever since then is I do a lot of exercise. Also, I've got I need to have tasks to do, and I need to be busy and having some challenges, even if it's oiling the deck, cleaning and oiling the deck. It gives you self-satisfaction about achieving something, or producing a new meal in the kitchen that you've never done before, and following the recipe and producing something that hopefully you think, oh, that's pretty good, and that's different. Also having good mates, I think, and connecting with those people, and I was lucky in my rugby career. I had some guys who were very important to me. But I think you need people that you can talk to about your challenges and your passions and the steps to get there, and somebody that you can confide in, because a problem shared is a problem halved, I think the old saying is. I'm lucky to have Raywin, and I had DJ, Graham, and others. I think having people that you can connect with is very important. I also think, and not in the current circumstances, obviously, but if you can get away for a weekend here and there, I think that refreshes you and keeps you on your toes. But those are the things that help me. It's just exercise, having the passion to be the best at something. Whether you get there is immaterial, but that's that obsession, that passion consumes you and helps in difficult circumstances. Having good mates, and maybe some little tasks, little challenges that you need to do, particularly in the current situation.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Graham, for taking the time to sit down with me and have this chat. It's been fantastic talking to you and very insightful. And I'm sure it's going to help a lot of people who listen to this moving forward into this uncertain and different future.
I'm sure we'll come out better and stronger at the end of this virus. All the best.